Okay, now I'll explain the questions that you guys attempted. An oxygen atom contains 8 electrons, 8 protons, 10 neutrons. What is the nucleon number? Nucleon number is equal to protons plus, this is the mass number. Protons have a mass plus neutrons have a mass. So the nucleon number would be the number of protons, which are 8, plus the number of neutrons, which are 10, is equal to 18. So the correct answer is D. If unclear, please let me know. Those who selected 16 probably took it from the periodic table. In the periodic table, oxygen basically has 8 protons and 16 mass number. So they probably calculated it from here. You had to calculate it from the data given here, because we do have isotopes as well, which we'll cover tomorrow. Isotopes are atoms of the same element with the same number of protons but different number of neutrons. So this is just an isotope of oxygen, which has 8 here, right, and 18 here. So this is just an isotope. No, the data given is realistic, but for an isotope, we can have different mass numbers, right? So there are isotopes as well. They have same protons but different number of neutrons. So this is an isotope of oxygen. So you do not have to you should not calculate for questions like these from the periodic table, but rather from the data given in the question. 18 is the answer. Next question. The diagram shows the structure of an atom of element X. Element X is unknown. What is X? The proton number is unique for every element. The proton number is unique for every element. And we have 5 protons here, as the nucleus suggests, 5p. 5p means it has 5 protons. We'll go to the periodic table, which will be given to you in the exam. We need to figure out any element that has 5 protons. Any element that has 5 protons. So that would be boron. You can see 5 proton. So I'll go back and you'll see A is the answer, which is boron. How do I know? From the number of protons. Every element has unique number of protons. If we know the proton number, we know the element. I hope this has made sense. The diagram shows an atomic structure of an element X. What is element X? Count the number of protons. 1, 3, 4. P's are protons, as the key suggests. So we need to look for an element which has 4 protons. We need to look for an element that has 4 protons. So let's go to the periodic table. Beryllium. You see the smaller number is the proton number, 4. We can recognize an element from its proton number because it is different. It is unique for every element. So this is beryllium. So the correct answer here has to be B, beryllium. How do I know? I just counted the number of protons. 4 protons would mean this is the element which has 4 protons in the periodic table. Next question. Atom contains electrons, neutrons, protons. What is the definition of nucleon number? Mass number. The number of protons plus neutrons. So that would be the total number of neutrons and protons in the nucleus of an atom, which is C. A states the number of neutrons in the nucleus. No, mass number is not the number of neutrons. It is neutrons added with the number of protons. B states the number of protons. No. Another name for the number of protons would be atomic number, not the nucleon number. Nucleon means everything that is in the nucleus of an atom. D states the total number of particles in an atom. No, what this means is protons plus neutrons plus electrons. We do not add electrons because the particles would contain electrons as well. So the correct answer here should be C. Next question. The 2 symbols of 2 atoms may be written as shown. Which statement about these atoms is correct? Okay, now we have 23 here, 24 here, the number of protons, 23. The number of electrons, same as protons. That would be 23 as well. The number of neutrons would be 52 minus 23. 29. For this Y, the number of protons, smaller number 24, the number of electrons, same as the protons, 24. The number of neutrons, 52 minus 24, 28. Now let's have a look at the options. They are different elements because they have different number of neutrons. They are different elements. How do we know? Because the proton number is different. You can check from the periodic table. 23 and 24. Let's go to the periodic table. 23 and 24. This is 23, this is 24. These are two different elements, aren't they? Proton number 23, proton number 24. Two different elements. So they are different elements. Yes, that part of statement A is correct. They are different elements. But not because of the number of neutrons, but rather because of the number of protons. Had this been protons, this would have been correct. But these are two different elements because of the protons, not neutrons. We state they are different elements. Yes, they are because of the difference in the number of protons, which makes B the correct answer. They are isotopes? No, isotopes we will discuss tomorrow. Isotopes are atoms of the same element. For isotopes, the proton number has to be same. Here it is different. Same protons, different number of neutrons. Like the neutron number is different, 29 and 28, but the number of protons should have been the same for them to be isotopes. This isotopes part we'll do tomorrow. So the correct answer here should be B. Any doubts up till now? The diagram shows an atom. We have this atom. The nucleus contains 9 particles. This nucleus has 9 particles in it. Nucleus would be protons plus neutrons. The nucleus contains protons plus neutrons. Now this is an atom. How many electrons are there in this atom? You can see 2 plus 2, 4. If you know the number of electrons, we also know the number of protons. The protons must be 4 as well. Then neutrons would be the mass number. 9 is the mass number, minus the number of protons, 5. So this is what we are looking for. Proton number of 4, which either makes A or B the correct answer. We can cancel out C and D. Number of neutrons, as you can see, 9. The number of nucleons are 9, but the number of neutrons are 5, which makes A the correct answer. This is the neutron number, which should be 5. Mass number of nucleon number is 9. A is the answer. Is this clear? Which atom has twice as many neutrons as protons? Let's do for A here. The number of protons, 1. Protons are written at the bottom of each element here. The number of neutrons would be mass number, which is 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. For the second one, protons 1. The number of neutrons 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. C, number of protons 1. Number of neutrons 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. D, number of protons 2. The number of neutrons 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. Now let's read this statement. Which atom has twice as many neutrons, double neutrons as compared to protons? Twice means double. In A, it has no neutrons. Double of 1 would have been 2. So if this had like 2 neutrons, then this would have been answered. Because we need double. If you double the protons, that should be your number of neutrons. So A is out. In B, same protons and neutrons. We need double neutrons. B is out. In C, one proton, double of one is two neutrons. So twice as many neutrons as protons. C is the answer. In D, two protons and two neutrons. So same, not double. Double of two would be four neutrons. So D is out as well. The correct answer is C. If unclear, please let me know. This is unclear, please let me know. Any questions, any doubts related to today's lesson? Please confirm. We are done for the day. This was the first lecture. Tomorrow, inshallah, we'll do electronic configuration. We'll be doing electronic configuration in tomorrow's class, inshallah. If you have any questions, feel free to ask your questions in the chat.